Being at the February half term marks a year since I started doing supply work. I actually quit my job as a maths teacher and head of year back in September 2021 and then finished in the December of 2021, ready for 2022 afresh. So I have been doing this casual freelance lifestyle for a year, and part of that was doing supply work, supply and cover supervisor work, but as a teacher. A school nearby was advertising and I happened to get that role. So I spoke to my then current school and said like, hey, would I be able to do that for you too? So they were like, yeah, sure. And as I was applying for the job that had advertised, I had to put references down, both for the school I was currently at and then my previous school. So I had to get in touch with my very first school and say, look, I'm applying for this. Would you mind being a reference? To which the head teacher said, yeah, absolutely, but could you do that for us too? So suddenly I was on 3 schools' books. Now, over the course of the year, I've generally worked at one of them. I work directly with the school. I'm employed for 2 days. Well, actually, I'm on a 0 hours contract, let me be clear. But currently, for this school academic year, I have 2 days that are guaranteed, with some certain lessons plus cover lessons that crop up. But I often get offered more days. And I would say that I average 3 days a week. Sometimes that means I just do the 2 that I'm meant to be doing. Other times that means I'm doing 4 days. Don't forget, I don't get paid during the holidays. So amongst that, I run this business. That's where a lot of my extra time that I've gained back goes into. I don't see financial gain to me directly, but the business has seen some financial gain, which is cute. I also do tutoring for 2 nights a week. I also do Amazon Flex, which I do from time to time to help top my money up. That's great because that's paid weekly. I have worked at a festival over the summer. I've done a few ads for brands and spoken at events. I think that's all the ways that I've made money. I will properly update with the financial situation once we hit April. I have to do my tax return then, so it's going to be much easier to get all the summaries. I know I'm not earning as much as I used to, but it also isn't as bad as you might imagine. I sometimes feel guilty for how much more time I have now, but at the same time, I know that the time that I'm putting in is going into helping people, and I get to be creative in what I do. I'm learning so much about business, marketing, creating services, and just showing up for people. I love this way of working. I might get bored of it one day, but for now, a year in, thoroughly enjoying it. And I really like the change from going from a maths teacher to essentially a PSHE teacher, and then just getting to cover all the subjects as well. I love not knowing what I'm going to do each day, generally speaking. And that was what I was really looking for. Flexibility, things that are different, not being tied to something for so many hours. And don't get me wrong, sometimes the business stuff is a slog. I have to get a podcast out weekly, I have to keep up on social media channels, and then I actually have to do the coaching. But I prefer it this way to what I was experiencing before.